Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at a scenario where the Dutch Empire from AdizzPro's WICSO comes to mind. Now, what is his Dutch Empire? I'm going to be honest, I don't know the whole history of it. I haven't watched early episodes in a long time. But I'll tell you what I can remember. I'm pretty sure that they lost World War II. They technically won World War III. Lost World War IV. I think they were a part of World War V, and I think they won like World War. Wait, yeah, they did win like the War of like Heaven and Earth. So yeah, and now they look like this as of episode 100. So what if they were put into my WICSO? Yeah, if you want to see more crap like this, then like and subscribe. I'm pretty sure I say this every episode, but I'm trying to get every video, but I'm trying to get to 300 subscribers by the end of this year. So yeah. Anyways, let's get on with this, because first of all, we need to regard the capitals. So first, I put their capital in the currency where I think their capital is. I'm not sure where their capital is, but the others, they don't need a capital because they no longer exist. However, Poland, they need a capital, and they're going to be putting theirs right here, as it is one of their most populated cities. Czechia is going to be putting theirs a decent bit away, right here. And yeah, the only other nation that would need to move their capital is the WUF, but they have both their capitals still. Also up here, they're internally screaming. This little part of Scotland's very internally screaming because it's completely isolated. Anyways, one thing I'd like to say just before I actually start, but I am not including the Greek Civil War in this. I'm lazy, and I don't want to spoil it. Anyways, let's actually begin now. First of all, rankings. So, first of all, strongest nation, probably the Dutch. Like, it's a very high chance that it is actually the Dutch. Second's probably not the Greeks. Second's probably Rome. Then the WEUF, because they took a very large hit. Fourth is probably Poland, but instead Florida. Then it's Poland. Sixth is Greece. Then 7 is going to be the NOH. Also, off topic, but I made the NOH and a bunch of other WICSO nations in Ages of Conflict. It's very fun. Anyways, yeah. 8 is still going to be Caucasia. Now it's going to change a bit. Because, well, no. But 9th, it's still going to be Arabia. But 10th, it's going to be Nigeria first. So 10A. Then it's going to be Ethiopia as 10B. But there's going to be a 10C and a D. South Africa is going to be 10C. And Vietnam is going to be D. So, yeah. Those are the rankings for this. And regarding, like, alliances, like, where are the alliance layers? Like, I'm not having military alliances, not having the economical ones, not having the union ones. Coalitions will probably be in this video later. And the UN probably won't exist in this. Anyways, now let's actually get on with this, because I was very, very stalling, and I'm so sorry for that. But, who are they going to be invading first? Da-da-da-da-da. Hello there, British Isles. You're scared now, aren't you? Well, you should be, because the Dutch are invading. Wales very quickly falls over, as well as Cornwall, because these two are screwed. Because not only did they lose, like, connection to each other, because, like, this used to be Irish land, And like now they're like cut off from each other and they have to go like naval. I haven't done this. I haven't done this, I probably should have. Just imagine that like a lot of this is Dutch, like naval territory. Is regarding the Scottish, they're also being invaded, and this is very awkward for them. A previous top 10 power now very quickly getting stomped on. Yeah, not good for the Scottish. And the Irish are like, can we leave the war? These guys are like, yeah, sure, just give us everything. And they're like, fine. And yeah, they lose their now British, well, their previously British holdings. Sad day to be a an Irish fan. Especially sad day to be me, because I am Irish. Also, how was everyone's Easter? Yeah. Anyways, regarding over here, we are going to be seeing the Dutch take these, and they're going to be puppeting the rest. So there we go. That's a decent color. And I'm going to be putting the puppet's capital right, if I can click on it, there we go. Putting it right here. Now, who are the Dutch going to go after next? Who do you think is a weak nation in Europe that, if they got invaded, they might not be able to do anything against it? That's right! It's Ireland! Oh yeah, they're dead. Yeah, these guys are not surviving a war against the Dutch. I'm sorry to the one Ireland fan. Yeah. But now the Dutch have grown stronger. And some people are like, yeah, screw this. We need to stop them. And who are the ones that are like, yeah, we need to stop you. You're horrifying. Well, I'll tell you who are the ones that need to stop them. I'll make a shape for them. The Gear Axis Alliance thingy. The nations that are going to be forming the Gear Axis are going to be the Irish, the WEUF, New Galicia, Gibraltar and Andalusia, as well as Portugal, the Greeks, Czechia, Poland, Norway, for some reason, Green China, not this Green China, this Green China, the NOH. We're going to be seeing every Mediterranean African nation join. And we're going to be seeing one last nation join, and that is the almighty nation of Hawaii. So yeah, every nation in this alliance is like, yeah, we need to stop you. But these guys have just found some allies. Who are the allies? Well, obviously, first of all, their puppet state. But second of all, we are going to be seeing Romania, the Dutch, or yeah, the Dutch order. That's another nation that's going to be joining. Yeah, these guys. What the hell? We did not allow you to do that. But then their leader gets shot, and oh wow, now they're here. Another nation that's going to be joining is going to be the yellow one over here in, I guess in Asia, but well, technically it's in India. So like Nepal or something. Another nation that's going to be joining, Mauritania or Mali, whatever I named them. Mauritania. So another nation that's going to be joining, because I feel like I should probably have the names on, because I'm most likely going to forget. Another nation that's going to be joining is going to be the Euro Republic. Why are they joining? You know, I think I might know why. Right, because Caucasians just joined the Gear Axis. So yeah. These are the current sides. Oh, why are we down here now? But a few nations haven't chosen a side. And that's good for certain nations, like the Dutch. Why is it good for certain nations like the Dutch? Well, because the certain nations like the Dutch can invade the nations that are going to be invaded by the Dutch. And the nation that's going to be invaded by the Dutch is you. You cannot see that colour. There we go, that looks fair. Yeah, the Baltic Union's very quickly gonna be screwed. We see the Estonian capital get captured, and then we see the Leningrad capital get captured. And for some reason, it's gonna be full annexation. Let me click on it. There we go. Why is it gonna be full annexation? Bigger front line with Poland. Yeah. Yeah, they really want to get Poland. And if we go onto the rankings, these guys don't really have any strong nations. The second strongest nation in their alliance is Romania. Yeah, because like Scotland lost a lot of their land. You two are weak as hell. You're landlocked. Like I don't even know why they joined. You're nowhere near us, and you'll get curb stomped by everyone around you. And you are going to die. So yeah, these guys, they kind of need more manpower. And why are we over here now? I didn't do that on purpose. Like, for some reason, it just goes whoop for no reason. But yeah, what is going to happen now? We are going to be seeing another war. How surprising. But it's not a war that you think it's going to be. It is actually going to be a war for independence. Yeah, these guys, I believe they are more like Italian. Yeah, they're like very Italian, not the language obviously, but like they're very Italian. So they are trying to get their independence for like a free, like Italian state, kind of. So we see pro-Italian movements begin to rise up, and some happen in on the border of the Dutch Empire. And now these guys are like, are these guys in our land? Yeah, we're not having that. Yeah, so they begin invading here. And that's not very good, because you just invaded the WEF, who is in the gear axis. And you, in the lightning bolt axis, are like, oh no. And now a meeting's going to be held, and where is it going to be held? It's going to be held in the ECAF. And it's going to be happening in this capital right here. Now, what's it going to be? It's going to be a meeting on whether or not this was meant. Now, the Dutch genuinely did not mean to do this. But want to know what the gear axis are thinking? Oh, they're lying, just so that, oh, they killed more of our troops. That means that, guess what? They're going to be stronger in an upcoming war. The Dutch are like, we just got here, people don't like us, they're going to try and rebel. We thought they were rebellions, so we tried to get rid of the rebellions. We're sorry that a rebellion happened in your unstable as hell country. Now, that annoyed these guys, and it annoyed these guys. And want to know what that means? I'll tell you what that means. It means you're gonna get invaded. So yeah, the Dutch inadvertently declared war on these guys. But they didn't declare war on these guys, because they didn't know it was them. They tried to stop the war, but these guys are like, oh no, it's a false flag operation. I forgot to color you in blue. They were like, oh no, it's a false flag operation. The Dutch were like, no, it was a genuine accident. But, yeah, these guys do not believe them. And, what does that mean? It means now there's an actual war. And where are these guys' troops? They were in Czechia. Yeah, sure, they were planning an invasion, but, like, of these guys, like, a week. Not of the third strongest nation in the world. So yeah, they're a bit screwed. But we're going to be seeing a few more nations joining on each alliance. And let me show you who's going to be joining in on the... I said on the gear, not the gear, sadly. On the light... That's the wrong thing. On the Lightning Bolt Alliance, we are going to be seeing the Floridians join in on the alliance. I said the Florid... There we go. So yeah, they're now in on the alliance. Who else is going to be in on the alliance? I'm going to tell you who's on the alliance. Finland. As well as the Icelandics for some reason. They just want to join. They have nothing better to... Like, the leader, they went out, did a speech. We are joining this war because we have nothing better to do. Yeah, that's the whole reason. They have nothing better to do. And that's going to make some people very annoyed. Isn't that right, Greenland? Yeah, let's hope that the people in Greenland said yes. Anyways, yeah, this war's now going to be properly starting. We are going to be seeing a concerningly good, like, front in the WUF, causing nearly this whole area to, like, be put under the rule of the Dutch, if I can call that in. We see all of this get taken, except this city, because that's where a concerning amount of Italian troops are. And speaking of the Italian troops, they are working with the WUF, considering that they're in the same alliance, to slowly push these guys, that is not slowly, to push us back. And it's working very well. But, it's not going to be going so well for the Czechians. They are very quickly getting pushed back, and in fact, their capital just got taken, and in fact, just their whole nation gets taken. Not just that, but we're going to be seeing these guys get invaded. Like, they make a landing in Northern Ireland, and then, like, actually, you know, I'm going to turn down this opacity a lot. Okay, there we go. I'm still on that layer. Another landing gets made down here. They take these and cut the nation off. The South rebels, that's the outline. The South rebels, that I'm using the wrong tool. And then we see the Dublin. It's an overwhelming Dutch victory. Now, that's not completely where the the good stuff for the Dutch ends. But it's certainly a break, because the Polish, they aren't like the WICSO well, Adizz is Poland. These guys are strong, and they know how to assert their dominance in like a war. And they want to get all their land back. And they will get their land back. And they had, I'd say, like, 430,000 troops over here. Some are below the conscription, but who cares? Because these guys are very, very, very quick. They're using a tactic that hasn't been used in my WICSO yet. I don't think it has. Blitzkrieg. Yeah, we're using World War II tactics well after the 21st century has began. Yeah. Yeah. The Dutch are like, oh god, why is this happening to us? And Norway's like, you know, maybe you shouldn't have appeared. So yeah, first one, I'm just gonna quickly just change these guys' color just a bit. There we go. But now we're seeing a landing. We're gonna be seeing them very quickly get pushed out of over here. They take all of this, and we see a landing in Copenhagen. Landing made over here. And we see the slow, like liberation of Dutch Denmark, or Jutland, whatever you want to call it. But, yeah, these guys instantly fall apart, and boom, yeah. I should probably actually change the color of that occupation, shouldn't I? Because, like, now they're occupying these guys. Yeah. Anyways, we are going to be heading down here. Why is that? Well, you see Greece. Okay, good, you see Greece. They are very rapidly pushing up. Like, at a concerning pace. And not just that, we are going to be seeing these guys just fold over. I don't think I have a lighter Greek color, so I literally have to use, like, a darker Greek color. Not only are we going to be seeing these two fold over, but going up further into the north, we're going to be seeing the we're going to be seeing the Norwegian invasion of Finland. Now, you might be saying, oh, that's good for the good guys, but a lot of the world is actually considering, hey, these guys had the war declared upon them. Maybe they're the guys. So yeah, this isn't necessarily seen as good. But, who cares? It's fun. War scenarios are fun, not actual war. War in real life is very scary. But, who cares? Finland's very nearly dead. But just before they fall, these guys are like, here, have one troop. Jesus God, that was a very concerningly good troop. Well, obviously, they sent more than one troop, but like, they sent a lot of their military, and also a lot of money, because they know, hey, we're definitely screwed. So they decide, we might as well help our ally before we die. And that's what they do, and now they're dead. So yeah. And wanna know what happens after that? That's right. I'll tell you. Boom. Yeah. Moscow is now nearly fully under Caucasian control. Anyways, I keep saying anyways. Now, what's going to be happening after that? I'll tell you what's going to be happening after that. The Dutch. They're like, you know what? We are definitely dead if we don't do this. We need to get the WEF out right now. So they start sending all of their troops over to the WEF. They take these islands, they cut both capitals off, they cut Padilla off from, like, this city, I haven't given it a name yet. Also, 3 cities in my WICSO have a name. Padilla, I don't know how to pronounce the Polish capital city, and Solviera. There's probably another one I'm forgetting. I don't know. A land is made over here, and want to know what's going to be happening after that? Yep. Say hello to Solviera. They're back. Is that a good thing? No. The nations that were involved in World War I are like, oh no. Because no one really likes Solviera. But who cares? Because now they're on the side of the Dutch. And the Dutch sort of need an ally right now, so yeah. And these guys were planning this for a while. Why were they planning this for a while? Because, well, they were close to being dead in many scenarios. After this war, the people of Galicia, like New Galicia, they began to, hey, we should probably, like, change the school system so they think, oh, the old Galician nation was horrible. We should probably not try and be them again. But it's too late. It happened, and these guys are paying for it. Not just that, but why are you the Floridian color? What? Wait. Hold on. Oh my god, the tolerance was up. The tolerance was up, that's why. You know, it doesn't matter, they're gonna be dead in a sec. And by a sec, I mean 3, 2, 1, boom. Yeah, these guys are concerningly strong. And not just that, the Dutch are also here, aren't they? And, like, they already know very many war tactics, but using them against nations that are, like, very, very weak compared to them, like, it's very, very good. And not just that, want to know who just fell? I'll tell you who just fell. It was the Gibraltars. Also, that's not completely white, I hope you know that. So, yeah. Nearly all of Iberia is dead. Well, not just that. We see the previous French capital get taken. And want to know what that leads to? I'll tell you what that leads to. That leads to the fact that now we're going to be seeing these guys get invaded. Wait, I feel like this was the old color. Yeah, that was the old color. Yeah, these guys are starting to get invaded. And yeah, it's very bad. The third strongest nation invaded by a weak nation, barely a part of any of Iberia. One of the smallest nations in the world, if not the smallest nation in the world, is knocking back the third in the world. And that causes the WEF to surrender. And regarding this island, the Floridians are going to be taking it and annexing it. Yeah, they did something. Now, what happens next? We're going to be seeing a peace treaty. Yeah. I can't really be bothered to continue this war, so yeah. Let's see what a peace treaty is going to be looking like in 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2. Okay, this is a very, very complicated peace treaty, so let me break it down for you. So, first of all, let me turn off the Promise Slayer. We are going to be seeing the Franco-Iberians return, but basically just southern France at this point. The Galicians. Oh boy, they are back! Going over here, we are going to be seeing the Dutch annex these islands. If I can click on them, there we go. They're also going to be annexing this land, yeah, this land and this land, as well as all of Czechia. The Poles are going to be annexing all of this land, as well as this land. And just imagine that they put their capital back to where it originally was. I can't remember where it was for the life of me. Going over to the Nordics, we're going to be seeing Norway, first of all, become their normal colour. And they're going to be having a little chunk of land over here. And the Finns are going to be regaining this. We're going to be seeing Caucasia gain all of the Ural Republic, as well as their occupation zone over here. Also going to be seeing me, like, fix the colour of some nations, because the editor is far too high. For example, Bohemia and Bulgaria. Over here, we're going to be seeing two nations get spat out. The French nation, and this, like, Brittany nation. Going over to here, these two are just going to get occupied. And going over to here, Norway is going to be annexing their previous territories, as well as Copenhagen Island, or whatever it's called. The Dutch get to keep this, and then the rest go over to the Danish. If I can, there we go. And one last area. This is just going to be fully occupied, I mean fully annexed. Yeah. Also, down here, we're going to be seeing a new nation get made. As if I can, there we go. Actually, I'm going to slightly change that colour. I like this colour. You know what? Reuse a color. You know, we're gonna be making them that color. So yeah, Europe. It's concerningly different now. Anyways, let me just give these guys tools real quick. We are going to be seeing the. Why didn't it click? There we go. Frank Iberia is just going to be keeping that capital, as well as the French. So now we have to get rid of a capital. Goodbye, Ireland's capital. And hello, Brittany's capital. We see just like you gain that. I mean, you can't be yours there. We see Iberia. They put theirs right there, or Soviet, or whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. Czechia obviously won't have capital anymore. Poland, they're going to be doing theirs wherever the hell their old capital. I don't remember for the life of me, like I said earlier. I'm going to be fixing this. Jesus Christ. I'm going to be fixing this again. And yeah. What? Not just imagine that's how it's meant to look. But yeah. Europe. And now the Dutch Empire is in it. And now it's concerningly different. But that's actually going to be the end of this video, because I kind of want to relax now. If you guys liked this video, then, like I said earlier, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 300 subscribers by 2027. Yeah, goodbye.